Okay, that's recording. This is going in here. Hello. Hello. Okay. Benny, hang on. Let me clear that out of the way for you. Hang on, baby. Good girl. Out. Out of the way, baby. Out of the way. Out of the way. Let me clear that out of the way, baby. Benny, wait. Benny, wait. Benny, off. Benny, wait. Benny, I love you so much, but you can't just... Let me just clear it out of the way for you. There you go, monkey. There you go. Go on, you can get on it now. Go on. There you go. On your bed. Go on, Benny. 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 On your, there you go. You can go lie down there whilst I do my video. Oh, you're such a good girl. Go on, lie down. There we go. Oh, she's such a happy puppy. She is such a happy puppy. We are back. Hello. We're here to do live streaming. I made it on time, just about. Whoo, and calm. It is Tuesday, the 28th of May. It is 1:05 here in LA, and I have a new setup because I learned after yesterday's mistake. So, welcome. As part of my 8-week make it in LA plan, try and get by in LA plan, I've got 8 weeks to be here. And then I don't know where I'm going to be or where I'm going to go. Don't know where we're going to be, where we're going to go, what we're going to do. I don't know why it's so hard to get something off the ground. It's fucking annoying. It's such a slog. I've got this really good idea. I think it's exceptional. I just want the right person to see it. And if they don't see it, I'm just going to bury it in an attic and it never be seen again until somebody comes out with a similar thing. I mean, it won't be as good as mine, but still. And I cannot give up before I've tried. Okay? Cannot give up before I've tried. I keep seeing these, I saw something recently about Little Britain tried to get a musical off the ground by Cliff Richard many years ago, and Cliff Richard vetoed it. And I was like, that's the thing, once you've got money and clout and power, you can make shit happen. So do you know how I'm going to make money and clout and power? I am no longer requesting, oh, I hope I make $5 a month. No, we have a new mindset. We have a new money mindset. A new money mindset. I watched this interesting video yesterday on TikTok, and it talked about how your nervous system is prepared for receiving money. So to give you an example, when I did the show at the Elysian in LA the first time, about a month or so ago, a woman came up to me and said, I want to give you some money. I said, oh, that's really kind of you, you can buy a tote bag, they're like $20. And she's like, no, I want to give you proper money. I was like, yeah, buy 2 then. And my friend at the time, Janice, was like, Louisa, let her talk. And I was like, hello Gemma, welcome. I'm streaming this on YouTube and on TikTok, so welcome both of you. And she said, here's $200. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so generous, thank you so much. And she gave me $200. And then she said, I want to give you $1,000. And I said, somebody that has been out here fucking begging for money left, right and centre to try and get this musical off the ground, I said, oh no, that's too much, don't worry about it, thank you. No, you don't do that, thank you. And Janice was like, what are you doing? Take the money. And I was like, no, it's fine, don't worry about it, thank you. Thank you. And according to this TikTok video yesterday, are we in a place to receive wealth, to receive money? So they had this exercise, and I want you guys to do it now with me, for those of you that are watching. And we're going to talk more about money in a minute, because money is going to be the theme of today's show. Because I want to talk about the water companies in the UK that are making ridiculous profit, even though they've tanked our water. Puns there on purpose. I mean, it wasn't, but it works. The privatisation and things, and how we police each other near Nepal. So remind me, if I go off topic, remind me we're coming back to those things, those topics. Where was I? Oh yeah, receiving money, right? So according to this person on TikTok, I can't remember who it was, so I can't tag them. I apologise if it was you. Say hi. They talked about, is your nervous system ready to receive money? So this is how you know if it is or not. And I'd like to hear your thoughts on this as well. So I want you to imagine you've got a fiver in your hand, right? And you've got £5, and you're going, I'm willing to spend $5 on that. A fiver. I'm willing to spend a fiver on that, and you give a fiver. How does that make you feel? Fine, it's a fiver. I'm willing to spend $10 on that. How does that make you feel? Yeah, it's fine, it's $10. I'm willing to spend, hello Berlin, I'm willing to spend $100 on that. Fine, this is $100, here you go. I'm willing to spend $500 on that. Yeah. At what point do you go, yeah. And of course it depends on the thing, right? If it's for a house, woohoo. If it's for like a meal, you know, I mean, I do love a tasty menu. Besides the point. The point is, at what point do you go, right, with the thingy, with spending money, right? I'm willing to spend $5,000 on that. I'm willing to spend $5,000 on that. Right? And when you think about how your nervous system, how you feel when that happens. And think of your nervous system as like energy. It's like a battery. Like how much have you got? How much? That's a really bad example. I'll think of another one. But how much are you willing to spend? Right? It's a great chat show. I'm doing really well. It's day 2. You're doing fine. It's day 2 of my 8-week plan. Anyway, then in order to see how ready you are to receive money, now swap it around. Right? So at what point did you guys feel weird? Was it 5? Was it 50? Was it 100? Was it 500? Was it 5,000? At what point did you guys feel a bit like, oh, that's a bit... Somebody's commented, you need a man. For what? For what? Please tell me for what. Back to the topic that we're actually talking about. At what point did you get... thingy? Like at what point did your nervous system go thingy? Was it 5, 50, 500, 5,000? Let me know, right? Now swap it around and imagine you're receiving that money. Somebody gives you a fiver, woohoo! You find a fiver, woohoo! You find £50, fuck me, that's naughty. You find £50, you're like, oh shit, can I keep that? I don't know. You find £500. Do you keep it or do you give it away? Like, do you keep it or do you give it away? You find £5,000. Keep it or give it away. Somebody gives you £500. Oh, that's really generous. Thank you so much. Somebody gives you 5,000. Oh, no, I can't accept that. No, I can't accept that. And it's about changing your mindset from receiving to giving. So one way to trick your nervous system is in order to be able to receive money or wealth, or to get into the mindset of somebody that's like, I'm comfortable with making £30,000 a month. I'm comfortable with that. I am comfortable with making $30,000 a month. I'm comfortable with that. But in order to get into that mindset, you don't say, I receive £30,000 a month. You say, according to this video, I comfortably spend 30 grand a month on my business. I spend 30 grand a month. And it's to get you used to being comfortable with that kind of money. So with that in mind, gang, on my musical, I comfortably spend 30 grand a month on my musical. God is Woman, the musical. Now, I'm here doing live streams. You have to let me know if you like them or not, if you want me to continue or not, because I almost feel they're a waste of my skill set and talents. I hate doing live streams. I mean, I'm good at them because I can easily talk into thin air for whatever. For hours, nobody cares, nobody listens, nobody watches. And I should be doing comedy, but I can't do comedy. And if I can grow my live stream and I can grow my social media, then I can do the gig. So I'm here because I don't know how else to work here. So this is part of my spaghetti at a wall here plan. Did you hear any of this, by the way? Is any of this getting picked up? Because I feel like I should have used a microphone. See how well I'm doing already. Is that better? I bought a pair of Levi's for £100. Then I need new car tyres. That was £100. I had an issue with the tyres. Interesting. Interesting what we're willing to pay for. So, I have joined a ridiculously expensive gym. A ridiculously expensive gym. Like, stupid money. I can't afford it money. I actually can't afford it money. And the reason I have spent money for it, like it's a really expensive gym. And I told my sister, and my sister was like, well, you know, that's good if it's got a pool, if it's got different things, like you should go. It hasn't got a pool, hasn't got any of those things. And I told my friend, and my friend was like, absolutely not, don't spend $300 on a pool. $300, that's about £240 a month for a gym, right? It's expensive. And the only reason I was like, well, you haven't got money, you can't afford to do it, like you literally don't have money, you've got £2,000 left, 1,700 left, you can't do it. And I was like, okay, so what's it worth? What's it worth? This is an 8-week plan. As part of my 8-week plan to do regular content, to get ready for the shows, to talk to you lot every day, and to get my mental health good, to make sure I don't burn out, to make sure that I'm like in a good, safe, happy, secure headspace. And the gym is literally like 1 block away. Like it's 1 block away. So I was like, well, if it's 1 block away, you're going to be more likely to go. And then today was the first day to go. Oh, and they offer you 1 month free, and I'm leaving in 2 months. So technically, it's whatever. Anyway, the point is, today was my first day at the gym. First day. Paid the money this morning. And I didn't want to go. And I was like, you've just spent $300 in the gym. You're going to go to the gym. And I was like, yeah, but I really can't bother today. And I'm like, but you've just spent the money that you don't have on the gym, with the point being that it's literally a block away and that you're going to go regularly. That's the whole point of this, is that you do that. And I spent the money and I nearly didn't go. And I booked the class and I was this close to not going. Like I was like, I'm not going to go. I can't bother to go. I don't want to go. And then I was like, listen, bitch, this is your 8-week plan. You just spent this fucking money on a gym. You better get your ass in gear and go. So I'm very proud of myself because I have just killed myself in a rope class where you have ropes. I do that. And I had a super quick shower there, and I ran home to talk to you lot, and which is why I have no makeup on and hair wet. And so what I'm going to do is, whilst we talk, I thought I could put on some skincare, and then you can tell me if it looks nice. I love you. Watching the Frog and Bucket in Manchester. Oh, how do you feel? I feel so good for going. I'm so proud of myself for going. I think it's amazing when you watch people exercise. Do you ever watch people exercise and go, I can do that? Like, I can totally do that. Like, I used to be able to do that. Like, that's easy. I could totally do that. And then you have a go and your bones are like, sorry, what? Sorry, who? Sorry, I don't know who you think you are, but I don't know why you think you can do that. Like, I think I can squat. I can be like, yeah, I can squat. Try and do a squat. I can't. I look like I'm still standing. And then like squat, and I'm like, no, I am. They're like, no, squat. And I'm like, no, you don't understand. I am squatting. I want to do the harness one. That looks so much fun. I love the harness one. So, let's talk, right? Today's show, we're going to talk about the water companies in the UK. So it's news in the UK. Let me see if I can get it up. And I want to talk to you about it because I want to link it to some recent bullshit that Nina Paul has had to deal with. And I thought it's interesting, just as an observation. Hello, Andrea. How are you? So, Andrew Tate and brother Tristan charged with rape in the UK. Good. About time. It's incredible that we're seeing this rise in misogyny left, right and centre, and it's literally in leadership roles around the world right now, and that people are not taking it seriously, and we collectively don't take it seriously, the danger that women are in. And they're almost being like celebrated and lauded and defended, and I always thought it was very interesting. Did you guys see that TV show Adolescence, which is great? It's a great TV show, and it's amazing that when like men come out and make a TV show about it, everyone goes, "Oh well, listen." But like women have been screaming for ages, like this is an issue. Like if you speak to anybody in schools for a long time, they've been saying incel culture is literally the largest growing terrorist threat to schools and kids these days. Like, they've been saying that for years and years and years. And it's a great show. I'm not taking anything away from it, so please don't take it like that. I really not. I think it's phenomenal writing, phenomenal acting. Everything was great about it. And what was interesting is that the whole country was talking about it, and the Labour government were talking about it, and in the UK, the Tory government, the Tory leader, Kerry, is that her name? Kemi? She refused to talk about it. She refused to comment on it. And I think one of the reasons, and people were talking about, like, why is she pretending she hasn't watched it? Because she was like, I haven't got time to see it. And it was like, why is she not talking about it? And I think one of the reasons she's not talking about it is because what we're seeing so much of is how politics cross over. So the US and the UK, especially what we're seeing with Israel and Palestine, and what's happening is that very much the UK is in the pocket of the US still. Like, very much, they're very, like, together on everything, whatever. And so I think that the UK politics is very affected and whatever by US politics. And I believe the reason Kemi didn't say anything is because the show is critical of Andrew Tate, and she didn't want to see to be critical of Andrew Tate because Donald Trump has pardoned Andrew Tate. And so therefore, by going against Andrew Tate and publicly saying this is a really important show, we shouldn't do it, she is therefore then going against Donald Trump, who she wants on side to help with her election. Is my amateur opinion. What do you think? What do you think? So, I want to talk about the water companies, that they've made a huge sum of money. I have a son, it was a hard watch, thankfully he's a good guy. Friend to the girls, the gays and the days. Amazing, there's so many beautiful boys. I feel so sorry for young boys these days. Like, it must be so confusing. Like, the boys are so precious and so beautiful and so sweet natured, so many of them. And I really think we should be investing in children. For their formative years, we should be investing in children. And we're not. And people are so on about pro-lifers, you know, like, but once they're out, where's the looking after for them? Okay, that was it. So Thames Water was recently fined 122.7 million in the biggest ever penalty. Thames Water. Now, why was it fined? This is according to BBC News. Thames Water was fined for spillage, rules over sewage spills and shareholder payouts. The watchdog confirmed the fines will be paid by the company and its investors, not by customers who were hit with a high water bill. Okay, so they've been doing that. So the penalty of 104.5 to Thames Water. Payouts to shareholders. One payment was 37.5 million in October 23 to the holding company, and over 131 million in shareholders. Right now, answer me this: How can like investment banks and rich companies make such a fortune from doing such a bad job? Like, how is that possible? How is it that they've been able to buy into Thames Water and water companies, something that we all need, that we all use, and make an absolute fortune, right? And there's no kind of, like, I don't know why we're not in the streets going crazy about this, right? I don't know why we're not going crazy about this, because we should be, because water is something that everybody should have a right to. And then what I wanted to talk about, is we wanted to also look at, is the cost of living for many people at the moment, right? The cost of living for many people is difficult. And what we're seeing, which is really cool to see, when I was at school, when I was younger, it was all about brands and what brands you had. You had to have the branded things, you had to have kickers. And I always wanted a pair of kickers, and my mum couldn't afford kickers, so she wouldn't buy me kickers. And she bought me like the Shoe Zone version of kickers, and I was mortified. I was really upset because I didn't have kickers, and I got made fun of at school about it, right? Because it wasn't the branded thing, And now what's really interesting is we're seeing this new wave of moving away from branded things and moving to more alternatives and more dupes. And the queen of dupes is Nina Poole, who's here on TikTok, who's amazing and a legend, and she's great. She looks at all the ingredients list and she basically says, these two products have the same ingredients, this is their price point, go for the one that's better for you, right? And I think what's interesting is at the moment there's some videos popping up about perfume and how Nina Poole has got some shit because she's showing perfume that you can dupe. So you yourself can have a fancy bougie perfume but get a dupe version, right? And here's the thing about that. She's been criticised for that because it's critical, because it's saying that it's not fair on the companies that spent ages performing and developing this perfume that should be, has a price point because it spent ages to develop it. Why are you doing that? And I watched a couple of really interesting videos. There was one by Dr. Kate Thomas, who's also on TikTok, and she shared how she used to work in fashion houses, and actually what perfumes are for major fashion houses are it's like, I forget the expression she used, but it's like an invitation, it's like a price point invitation to people with less money. So people that are bougie, that buy like Versace or Gucci, for example, that buy, you know, the shirts, the dresses, the outfits, everything, they're not buying the perfume. But for everybody else, because they can't afford the suits, the dresses, the socks, they buy the perfume as having a little taster of luxury. So actually those perfumes are not designed for their main clientele of their clothing, it's designed for like the lower classes, people that don't have money but want to feel bougie, right? And so she's saying that actually the perfumes are the cheapest things, they don't spend much money on it, and actually everybody should be able to access it, and you should totally access it freely. And it got me thinking, why are we so good at policing ourselves with each other with how dare you step outside your comfort zone, like not comfort zone, how dare you step outside your class zone, how dare you step out of your class tier, why don't you stay in your lane, like how dare you, like why is it that we, it gets you to buy into a lifestyle via brand loyalty, thank you Nick, that's, you said it very, very eloquently, why is it that we do that with each other over things like that, but then if you zoom out, we don't do it with things where we're literally being ripped off by companies that we pay tax for. So companies that we pay tax into, so we pay into water companies that we're paying the British government that's currently, you know, committing a genocide, being part of the genocide in Palestine, like we're paying taxes to these things. Why are we not as angry about that, or collectively getting together about that, as we are about somebody's ripped off a Gucci perfume? Can we talk about this, please? Can we discuss? I'd love to hear your thoughts. What do you think? Now, this isn't a phone-in show. This is a comment section show. So I need you to write comments to engage with this. And again, if this doesn't work as a format, we'll try something else. But this is 8-week spaghetti, okay? And 8-week spaghetti means we try it all. Now, speaking of which, I'm going to put some makeup on now because I'm going to do this whilst I wait for your answers. Katie on TikTok says it's easy to type a comment and make a TikTok about light-hearted topics. Yeah, there might be an element of that. Jay says the fact of the matter, you're still a UK citizen, so you pay tax regardless of whether you. Taylor says, sorry babe, what am I answering? Okay. Why don't we hold people in authority that use our money to make a fortune more accountable than our friends next to us who want to buy a cheaper perfume that smells the same as a fancy one? That's my question. Why do we hold each other more accountable for just trying to get by than the global scale? Andrea, you think that human lives are more important than fashion labels. Maria, are people less angry? I'm not sure they are. It's harder to hold authorities to account. Taylor, it's because we've been beaten down so hard for so long. I think we do, but it's harder because there are so many. Okay, these are good answers. Guys, the CEO seems too far away to fight. And is there an element of everyone's angry and frustrated, so you pick the immediate fight? Because you feel when it comes to higher powers and water companies, you're like, well, I can't do anything about that. Like, I can't. But you're annoying me because you're buying a cheaper perfume. I'm just going to do my eyebrows. Just going to try and... I'm going to put some product on my face and you're going to tell me if it makes any difference. The government prey on the weak. I mean, it does make you think that nothing has ever changed, has it? I'm going to go in with this. This is Tear. This is the milk skin toner. So we're going to try this because it's nice and cooling. I don't even know the point of toner. Does anybody know the point of toner? Does anybody know? I'm a big fan of dupes. I am, but I also like bougie fancy things. Like, I love bougie fancy things like creams and lotions and potions. Voting with your money isn't always possible. Very, very true. Very, very true. And is it that we are going to, because surely this idea is that everything is, what's that word when you've got everything for ages all the time, that it's just going to be around forever? Infinite. When everything is infinite. I can't get a dupe for Thames Water. Great, but it's a public school educated Joe public gets intimidated. They think the power knows best. I completely agree. I think a huge problem with politics, and I actually wrote a recent Substack article, which is free, you can go have a look at it. I wrote a recent Substack article about how when I first started doing a show called Politics for Bees, I was like, well, I don't know anything about politics, I'm going to talk about it. And people were like, well, you can't because you don't know anything about it. I was like, well, no, that's exactly why I'm going to talk about it, because if I can't, my audiences can't, I'm assuming, or many of them can't, not all of them, relax your crack, not all of them can. So in that case, I'm going to break it down and find a way to explain it. And my way in was very much the idea of, well, as long as I pay tax, I've got a right to know and I've got a right to have an opinion on it, right? But people are overwhelmed because our day-to-day lives are more affected by things like water. But I don't understand. It does make me think, and maybe because I'm abroad at the moment and looking at the news and things from a bit of a distance and seeing what's happening here, it does make me think that, oh, the world is literally built for very wealthy people, because as long as you've got money, you're fine. So I know somebody who's in jail at the moment out here in the States, and they've got a bail set at $300,000. $300,000, they can't afford $300,000, and that was for a DUI, driving under the influence, right? And she's a mother, she's got kids, and she's like 20, 25, 26, she's got 3 kids. And she works as a cleaner, full-time as a cleaner. Works 6 days a week as a cleaner. Got a DUI, didn't hand herself in or something, and is now on a $300,000 bail. And then you go, if you had money, you could just pay that off, couldn't you? You could just literally pay that off. Pay that off and get out. So then it's keeping somebody in the system. How much does it cost to keep that in the system? And I know this is all boring. I know you guys know this. I just thought I'd share. I'm going to put on a hydrating milky toner now. Money equals power. But why? Can I talk to you about something then? Okay. So in my show, in God is on the Musical, I talk about this and actually how could we do something that equals power, not equals power, that has influence. What would a world look like if our influence and our seat at the table derived from our skill sets as opposed to from how much money we brought to it? So what if we lived in a world where, because if you think about it, like we need water, we need food, we need electricity, we need heating, we need homes. What if we lived in a world where our skill sets was what held value and what was important? Was it a Native American as a term for autism, and it's something like one who lives on their own time or something. It's like beautiful, and it's just, what if we shared our skill sets rather than being like, oh, I can offer you money, I can offer you this, or I can buy this. What if we were like, well, I'm really good at making people laugh, so I can do that bit, and you go, well, I'm really good at cooking apple pie, so I can do that bit, and I'm really good at like hedges, like I'm really good at hedges, so I can offer you that bit. Like, what if we lived in a world where actually what you did was the thing? Because if we saw how in lockdown that it was essential work, like they're essential, and I don't know why we treat essential as like budget rice and an Asda, where you're just like, well, it's shit. No, it's essential. It should be the premium. I work for a children's charity, says Katie, and the disparity between the scrutiny of classes by those in power. Tell me more about that. Bring on the hedgemaster. Yes, mate, the hedgemaster, right? You just described matriarchy. Thank you. Somebody's paying attention, Andrea. God is on the Musical coming to a stage near you, right? That's what we talk about. So that's an element in God is on the Musical. Does my skin look any different? Hello, Louisa. Hope things are working out for you in LA. I want to see you prosper and believe in you. Thanks to Lulu. Me too. A lot of poor rich people in that situation. Nick, can you clarify what's poor rich? So toned. Am I toned already from my one rope class? My some things would be scary healing women on the edge of the. My thing, I would be the scary healing woman on the edge of the village. You probably would, Hadley. But like, how different our world would be. I'm just gonna there we go. Oh, is that sexual? Is that... I don't. Also, can I tell you one thing that really annoys me when people do this? Like, what you do, like, it's weird. Stop! It's dripping everywhere. It's just weird. I'd be the woman collecting treasures in the creek. So, there you go. My God is Woman Village. What would you guys bring to the party? I will bring the storytelling. I will do the storytelling. Okay, I will do all the storytelling. Ginny's got cats. She's bringing cats. Does that look any different now? How likely to end up with it? How likely you are to end up in this system is 100% affected and exasperated by your class. Absolutely. But I was thinking this even in comedy, right? Because I was thinking I've done so well in comedy. Like, I've done phenomenally well. despite not having an agent or a team or being part of the industry or being inside it, like on the outskirts, literally clinging on, I've done so well to have shows that audiences love. Like I create work that audiences love. My audience, not everybody, but Taylor can cook a meal. She'll be there Tuesday night, dinner duty, love it. I'm really good at that, right? And even with me, and I have a BAFTA for it, breakthrough for it, and I still can't break through. I still cannot break through. I still am living month to month, like I don't know how I'm going to make this work, somehow figure it out. And I was thinking, am I just because I used to hate it that they call me a working class comic, because I'm like, I'm the daughter of immigrants, mate. I'm not a working class. Like, go fuck yourself with your class system. I'm the daughter of an immigrant. Like, this is your weird rules, not mine. And now I'm here and I'm 17 years in and I haven't been able to break through the stratosphere. Whereas if I look at people like my peers that are household names, right? So if you look at like Ramesh or Joe Lycett or Joel Dommett or Rob Beckett, and like great acts. But lots of girls came through the same time too. And where are they? And then as a woman in this industry as well, you also then have to be able to take time off if you want to start a family or do that. But in order to be good at comedy, you have to continually stay at it all the time. It's just interesting. And I was like, how much am I actually stuck? Because I cannot break through the class system in the UK with comedy. Or how much of that is me stuck in my head because... Or Aisling B. Aisling's done very well. Aisling's Irish and she's done lots of acting stuff, right? She came to America. America loves Irish and she's done lots of acting stuff. And Aisling's great. How many others are there? Like, how many others are there? And are they earning the same as the boys? Are they getting the same opportunities? Are they as regularly supported? And how many are actually going out there gigging every night? Like, how many of us, like, I know so many comedians that I know, like Nico, like Josephine Lacey, like Darius Davies, like so many comics that I know that are out there literally gigging every night. We're gigging all the time. Kate Bannon, John Robertson, Rialina, like gigging all the time. Gig, like match fit comics that aren't at the stratosphere that I think actually many of them should be. I grew up in a council house, but I've given up 100k. But just given up 100k. What do you mean? Just given up 100k. Comedy's a different beast. Oh, you've just given up a 100k job. Yeah. And also, just how true is that for every industry? Like, do you end up staying in your lane, or can you break through? And is it when you break through, so you start earning more? So now, for example, social media has opened up a whole plethora. One of my favourite lines of my show is using the word plethora. There's a whole plethora of income, potential income, and how much income you can make. So you could be doing Patreon, and suddenly you're making 30 grand a month on Patreon, and it doesn't matter what class system you came from. But then is there also something to be said for, but are you financially educated to be able to sustain that income? Because how many stories do we read of people that have won the lottery, you know, and within 10 years, they're literally back to the council house they started in. I hope you can break through, as that's my plan. Thanks. I am breaking through. Jilly, I am breaking through. I'm breaking through on my own terms. I'm building my own house. This is not about me chasing industry or me chasing people to be like, let me in. This is about me holding tight and holding on to the fact that I've got a really good show and a really good idea, and I am comedy, and I will do this forever. It is what it is. And all I've got to do is take care of myself and make sure that I'm safe, that I can thrive, and that I'm happy and I'm healthy, and I don't kill myself for it, because nobody's going to care. My sister will, but nobody else does, you know? So that's all I can do. That's all any of us can do. Because I am the industry. I am the comedy industry. I create the thing that they work around. Every artist does. That's what we do. Industry are built around artists, not the other way around, in my opinion. I love these live streams. I'm proud of you. Thank you, James. Let me know if you like this live stream. Let me know if you like it. I hope you're interested in this. Does my skin look any different? Katie, followed by the creator. Thanks, Katie. Thanks for joining. Does it look any different yet or not? Is it still looking the same? Does it look like any Like, love your bravery. Thanks, gang. I was thinking that yesterday. I was making a list of like, I was trying to make a list of things that are positive, right? Not positive, but I was like, hold on to the thing that's good, right? I've had paid June rent. I think I've had a lot of messages from people that are like, oh, I find you really inspiring, or like, I'm rooting for you, like I'm living vicariously through you. And I'm like, that's cool. Like, I hope people do see what I'm doing and are inspired by it. I hope people do see what I'm out here trying to do and are like, yeah, fuck it, go for it, girl. Like, because it's mad, it's wild, it makes no sense. Your skin is very glowy. I've just had a restriction put on. Somebody's complained about my nudity and body exposure. I don't know who's done that, but whoever they are, haters are gonna hate, aren't they? Haters are gonna hate. Can somebody tell me why I've got nudity and body exposure? What is it that's nude exactly? Can somebody explain? Is it glowy? Is it looking more glowy? Good. So, are you ready to get really glowy? Are you ready to get it really, really glowy? Do you want to see what I like using? Which is one of my favourite products. Is, so I've just put loads of thingy. Far too much arm skin, I know, right? Is this stuff, right? This is a face cream from a YouTuber. I used to always follow her videos. I haven't followed in a long time. Nikki Tutorials. And it's too much for the Catholics, I know, right? It's a, oh, I want to do some videos about this thing that you got to teach the 10 Commandments. Does anybody know? Look, so look, it's a face cream. It's thick, but it gives you, like, I really like it instead of wearing any foundation or stuff. It's supposed to be a priming moisturiser, but can you see it's like dewy or not? Can you see that or not? Hopefully you can see it. Hopefully you can see it. Do let me know if you like this live stream. I know it's a bit of a quiet one, but I have to be okay with that because it's 8 weeks spaghetti. 8 weeks spaghetti. 8 weeks spaghetti. Is it nice? Does it look nice? Do you like it? Let's fix the brows. This one is Nimya, and it's there by Nikki Tutorials. It's Where It All Starts cream. It creates perfect canvas for luminous skin. Right, so you can try that. You guys can try that. I had to take Bernie to a self-serve, what do you call it, doggy spa thing today because she was a hot mess and she's very upset with me. Oh, does anybody remember this stuff? Do you remember Max Factor? Does anybody remember this stuff? I love this stuff. I need a mirror. Let me get a little mirror so I can see what I'm doing because I feel like this is otherwise a waste of time. Not a waste of time, but I can't see what I'm doing. Let's get a little mirror. Who's got a good mirror here? Have any of these got a good mirror? Patrick Tar. I don't know how I feel about Patrick Tar stuff. I used to like the idea of it, but I've seen so many things online that are like, I'm not sure. Okay, let's have a look. Oh yes, you see my glowiness, yeah? We see the glowiness, that's good. So this, I use it as a concealer these days because I can. So, would help if I put some other things together, wouldn't it? Would help if I got some actual things. So I'm just going to blend that all in. Okay, do you like this look? Thank you. Thank you. So we're going to try this live stream. I mean, look, we're on day 2. Can I do it for 4 days? I don't know. Am I going to quit after a week? Probably. Why is it every time I start something I quit within like a week? Like I get really excited about it for a week and then I quit. And I can't help but think, I wonder what it would look like if I just stayed consistent. Like I wonder what it would look like. Which is why I'm like, it's 8 weeks. And I've told you all it's 8 weeks. And because it's 8 weeks, you have to hold me accountable to it. So even if it's this for 8 weeks to 11 people, ADHD, is it? So that means I'm seeking a dopamine hit. So my dopamine hit comes in the form of, are you ready? Liking the live stream. So if you like the live stream, please can you hit that like button? Just hit the like button. Spaghetti at the wall, lady pep talk. Spaghetti at the wall, exactly. We're gonna figure it out. But I'm too talented. Like I'm too talented. I shouldn't be here talking shit to you lot. You're gonna be like, Louise, this is shit. Why? She doesn't even know what she's talking about. And I'm like, I know, I'm not this. I'm good at the other thing. I'm really good at the other thing. But I can't do the other thing because I have to grow this. Well, this isn't going to grow you followers. No one's going to be like, oh, can't wait to follow her. She looks great. She knows what she's doing. I like your modesty. I am modest. I am too talented. The other thing. It's like Lin-Manuel doing live streams. That'd be really cool, actually. Okay. You haven't seen it yet. Trust me, okay? Not right now, but in a few years it will be, okay? I'm here, Leah. Thanks, Leah. Thank you. I love Lynn. Stop it. You're doing a great job here. Thank you, Andrea. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so with that in mind, I need another topic for the show because that looks kind of okay. Okay, so that's good. Okay, is that even? I can't see if that's even or not my screen. I think that's even. Oh no. Oh, hang on. My camera's the other way around. Do you remember May Marian, the kids TV show? I kind of imagine your show in that context. No, I don't, but I remember the 50p girl. Okay, do you know what I'm going to do now? I'm going to get some Chanel. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Stay there, because I'm coming back. I am coming back. Because you know what the code is? When in doubt, bronze. This stuff I discovered at like 20 years old, and it's the best. Thank you, Callum. I saw you in Newport, Wales. You were hilarious. Thanks, Callum. I don't remember being in Newport, but I'm glad you were there. Katie, what's for you won't go by? A Scottish phrase for hope. I know this, Katie, but it has kind of passed me by. And so then I'm like, maybe it's not for you. Maybe live streaming is the way forward, because I do find this very easy. Like, I've just come on here and chatted, but then it doesn't mean it's good, does it? Doesn't mean it's like I want to be exceptional at something. Like, I like being exceptional. I don't like average. I want to be exceptional live streaming. Don't know how to do that. It's fine. We've got 17 viewers. Welcome to the show. Okay, what do we think of that? Yeah, we like it? We like listening. Thanks, Andrea. Okay, what do you want to talk about next? You're exceptional at being you. You're pretty cool. You're very lovely. Thank you so much. You're very lovely. Thank you so much. What's it like where you live? So, I really like being in this flat. I did think yesterday, I was like, oh man, it is kind of sad that I've got to leave in 2 months. Because I think what would do me and Bernie the world of good is to exhale and be like, we're here for 6 months and we're going to make it work. I really keep thinking about how much I love Europe, because I think something like, it's a ground floor, it's got a little garden, it's like a little mini garden outside the front of the block of flats, so it's like got some outside space. It's not far from the park. It's a 5-minute drive to the park rather than a 15-minute drive to the park. It's not far from a gym. It's not far from a couple of supermarkets so I can get food and stuff. It's ground floor. It has got one aircon unit in it in the bedroom. And my friend very kindly bought me a shark fan. Yes, I paid for a shark fan because we can return it once I finish. So it was like $300 for a shark fan, which we can return once I've left. So it's that, and it's got a little kitchen, and it's got this room which is like a setup for streaming, which I thought I'm going to make my office. I'm going to come on here and be forced to stream, be happy to stream. Thank you for watching me talk shit for an hour. This is what are you doing? It's done. Near the beach? Nowhere near the beach. Nowhere near the beach. Nowhere near the beach. What are you doing? And then we're just going to go over it with some powder. What surprised you most about America? Your shows are brilliant. Briggy! That's a great question. Briggy is a radio icon. What's the word? Legend. What's been good that surprised me here? hang on. Hang on. I don't know. Is it weird to answer that I'm resilient? And that I'm capable of looking after myself and my dog wherever I go? And that I'm proud of myself for trying? Why does that make me want to cry? That it's taught me to fucking be brave again and try. And I think that's something that I needed to be and needed to do. Thank you, Sally. Thank you, Briggy. That I have to give this my all so that when I leave I can say at least I fucking did the thing. That I will find people that are very kind, like they're few and far between, and then when you meet them they're not just kind, they're like fucking diamond kind. Like if diamonds were kind, they're diamond kind. Like they're not just sorry, I'm sorry that's not a good answer, I'm sorry that's not a more, because I think it's quite do you think so? Thank you, Briggy. Do you think so? It's a great answer. I don't know, because I feel kind of like I'm insulting to the country that I'm in. I don't want to be, because there's so much natural beauty in this country. There's so much natural beauty that I had no idea. And meeting like going to Santa Fe and coming across some Native American people and just being there in that land and just being like, wow, the history of this land. Like there's a weight to it that feels like a privilege to step in. And I think so much of our consumption is around the noise and the hatred and the bigotry and the division of us, right? Everything's about divide. Like we could argue about 100 things on here right now and complain about how shit everything is. We could do that literally right here, right now. And so it's heartbreaking to see everything else. And then actually when you take away all of that, you just go, it's a visually stunning natural beauty country. And there's so many more places that I would have loved to have visited. And it's devastating that they're being decimated. And I think there's something to be said for, I had this overwhelming feeling when I did the show at the Elysian. So I had two shows. I had the musical at the Elysian, and then I had the industry show the next week at the theatre that we're going to look at it for residency, and about 20 industry people were coming along too. And two things happened. The Elysian show, Andrea, this isn't the right time to judge that particular country, it's an active ruin. Empires are falling. That's my Substack actually, go check it out. The Elysian show was supposed to be the warm-up show for the industry show. I loved the Elysian show. Like it was a bit around the edges. I'm going to say rotten around the edges, not rotten, rough around the edges, but I loved it. And I came away and I had this overwhelming sense of I did it. Like I came away with this overwhelming sense of like I did it. I did my one-woman show. I did God is a Woman the musical. I love it. I'm so proud of the script. I'm so proud of the nuance. I'm so proud of the extra things that I added in, because in it I talk about empires falling and a matriarchy and how different the world would look if we had that. And I talk about all these things, and I've added in lines that are very specific to what's happening right now around the world, to be like, here's a nod to it without saying it, without being like, here, I've put a nod to it in the show. Exactly. So I've done all of that. So being crumbled is actually one of the words in the show. And I put it all in the show. And I walked away with this overwhelming sense of like, I did it because I can go anywhere in the world because I have it.